Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano and this is the world famous, the University of Love, the best podcast in 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. And we are coming to you live today, very late night, Monday. It's around 11:50 p.m. here in the great state of Georgia. Right here in the good old United States of America. How are you doing today? Me, myself, I am doing A-OK. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Now let's talk about something that's very important. And that is, if you are in a relationship, with somebody, or, and you want to do this for a living, you want to start a business, become an entrepreneur, become a boss, then you got to make sure everybody's on board. Okay, I just want to let you know that the more that people are on board, the people that you live with, your parents, your spouse, your children, the more people are on board with your idea, with your dream, the better off you will be. Now, I'm not saying they have to walk, because some of the stuff you got to have to do yourself. Like the everyday thing, like, hey, I need to record, I need to do this, I need to write, I need to do this, I need to call these people. That's up to you. But what you don't need is somebody being negative in the background, like, you ain't gonna do nothing, blah 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 blah. Like, that's like, negativity is a detriment. Not negativity. Listen, negativity from the outside world, you don't care about that. But you don't want the people in your house, to be negative towards you, to be knocking your dream. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. But this episode today, we're going to talk about following, okay? And what I mean by that is this. There's a lot of people, a lot of the times, who will tell you, and this is not a lie, this is not a joke. A lot of people will tell you, I can't follow, I'm a leader, and there's nothing wrong with saying you're a leader. We all are leaders in our own rights. We are all leaders, but at the same time, you can't lead a group. You can't lead a group if you never follow. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work that way. You have to be a good follower to be a good leader. I know a lot of people, they're like, oh no, not me, I call outside the rules, blah blah blah, and that's a bunch of horse manure. But in order for you to paint outside the rules, in order for you to paint how you want to paint, you need to know the fundamentals first. And in order to be a good leader, you need to know the fundamentals of leading people, guiding people, having people trust you, having people willing and able and ready to run through a brick wall for you, and if you are it's just like when people say, I'm a bad employee, that's why I gotta own my own business. A lot of times, I'm not saying that you have to stick with a job for like 30 years or you have to kiss anybody's butt, but if you're going to be a terrible employee, a lot of times you're going to make for a terrible boss. You know what I mean? Unless you just have a business for yourself, unless you're just going to be a one person business, then maybe it might work. But if you're going to lead a bunch of people, then you can't be a lousy employee. And then it's because you're going to turn around, you're going to be a lousy employee for somebody, and then you're going to run a business, and you're going to be like, hey, why aren't you doing this way? You're doing this way. Come on, man. You're a bad employee. You expect other people to follow you? Like, come on. It doesn't make sense. And so this is going to be a short podcast, but leadership at in anything. It's like being a parent, you know. The better you lead, you know, like it's like somebody told me once. They said it was the young lady, and she said, "You have any kids?" And I said, "No." And I was 30, probably 34 at the time, maybe 33, something like that. And I remember she said, "When are you gonna have kids?" And I was like, "Probably when I'm 40, you know." And she said, "You're gonna be old. You ain't gonna be able to play with them." And I said, "They ain't looking for a playmate. They're looking for a father. So I think they'll be okay, you know." And it's the same as a leader, you know. You don't have to be everybody's buddy, you know. I know a lot of companies now, they have all the, you know, open space, or you have the guy that rips his door off and is like, "Hey, this is the open door policy, you know. You can come in here anytime," and all this kind of stuff. And that's all good, kind of hokey, but at the end of the day, people want, you know, if you work for a company, you want somebody who's going to guide the company to the right way, you know, because the more money the company makes, the more money you have the ability to make more money, you know. The better they get the company up and sustainable, the better off a job you will have, you know what I mean? And so this is why being a leader is not about being friends. It's not about being everybody's buddy, you know. You don't have to be Steve Jobs, don't get me wrong. You do not have to be Steve Jobs, ladies and gentlemen. You do not have to be a prick. But you want to hone in. You want to study leadership. You want to become a good leader, you know. And if you're not a good follower at the moment, then try to work on, you know, at the job, you know, sort of come in with a better attitude than what you had. You know what I mean? Like, attitude can get you a long way. You know, talent is one thing, but just attitude. If you have a good attitude, then a lot of times you'll figure yourself out. You know, you'll make it work. But definitely learn leadership. You know, some people are not born great leaders. You know, everybody's not, you know, charismatic and all that kind of stuff. We all can't be Barack Obama. We all can't be Trump. You know what I mean? We all can't be Ronnie Reagan. You know, good with the words and know how to guide people. Some people, you have to learn that stuff. Some people, they're more natural leaders than some, you know. But it's okay as long as you learn how to lead people. You know, even hell, lead yourself. You know, that's step number one. If you're not doing things that you need to do, then how can you lead anybody if you don't have your life under control? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that's it. We'll be back tomorrow with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rosano. Thank you for listening. And as always, everybody, peace.